is totally different. That's why true music lovers make a big switch. And because you have a winner taste, 88.5 FM is your only station.
Okay. When we have vote, the Senate is complete. Themselves the vote of their findings and attack the Supreme Court ruling and the amnesty law and everything. And the position statement of those commissioners who decided on join here from here. And then the way forward is a follow-up discussion for peace. Then on brother can now, he is deceived by coming there, by the dealer there, coming there, and in that way, he's just taking all kind of way, but all kind of thing. You want to go after people? Then, the CDC control the door in the upper house. Mm-hmm. So they went talking away, talking that thing they did, but teaching, they did a bunch of wisdom. That passed, bunch of new government.
Yeah.
Then they said it to the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
Then something happened, wow. All of them almost had to the zombie house. Then the brothers had Tuesday morning. They didn't tell me they had it for me. Oh! Then when I heard what was happening, it was me 2 persons to serve. That was me and Obani. Jim Bani. But when I went to Kum, I said, what is going on? You were here when we have sent paper. And you were here with our own leadership. And we sent the report with all documents. Legal documents to guide here. Then Baka benefited from the 2010 decision by the Supreme Court to be involved in the 2011 because he was not alone with that.
You're right.
He benefited.
You're right.
Then after selling a Barbara of Australia now, he now president now, we think he can pay for that kind of owner, and he don't persecute us. Without going to persecute us. So what is going on with the Kum? Then go say, well, I was good for you, but you help you with lawyer. Then find out it's good for lawyer. I was from home office, my own son office that I went and found a resolution. I have never told them why you did this. You know what I told him?
No.
Resolution is not a law. So starting the resolution and we agreed. Bring it now. When Baka sent a bill, they will not put all the law before you now.
Oh, okay. That was a smart move.
I said for them move.
AI is in trouble. But I tell you this, I still repeat, if the president refuses to change, then the government is in trouble. The government, if you finish this government, let's thank God. Because as from next year, it's going to be fluctuating. And all the people that is in the government, they are liars. All of them. They don't know why they are there. They don't know what they are doing. They don't know the reason of staying in that system. They are just pushing the devil like this. They don't know where they don't know where it's going. So the forefathers of Liberia, they are in pains. It's very regrettable. Even the former president, simply, is even regret having this person as a president. So that is just it. They believe that Dr. Weir is too much for Liberia. That is the man who have brought total transformation to Liberia. That is the man who have turned Liberia to mini London or mini US. And he would have done it in the second term. But they understand. They are angry with him. They believe that he's against them. They believe that he doesn't like Liberians. That's what they believe. If Liberia will be zero in sports. Zero. In what? Zero. Go to Nations Cup now. Go to Nations Cup. Let's see. Let's see Nations Cup. Go to Nations Cup. I'll give you $500,000. You qualify for Nations Cup. I'll give your nationality $500,000. I promise. Your national
the government need to really invest that people like you that get the type of structure. The council, even if we are just giving you 1 million naira for the budget year, every year they give you 1 million naira, you impact a lot of things.
If I'm president of this country, I should God show you, you will wonder. You know what believe it. We told Joshua for life. Then I football.
Yeah.
I football the very country. I football bring everything here.
No.
Yeah, we told Ellen Johnson because she's a higher university.
Yeah.
How will you do it for you? No passion for development. Then we will Joshua will put the millions men in the whole world.
Yeah.
Just me.
Connection there, you not get it.
No connection.
Yeah. Just see that all kind of things that just happen here, you know, I'm sure no hate, no thing.
We were trying to honor Ellen. Ellen did not want him to become president. So Ellen did not introduce him to many leaders. Ellen was doing okay on her own. She was carried to fund the country. And kept the man in the barracks for 20 years, according to Burger himself.
Yeah.
That means he was not empowered to meet any leader. When the African leader themselves need support from the West.
Yeah.
All African leaders need support from the West.
Yeah.
Most African leaders will help another African leader with money for development.
Yeah.
In the West.
I experience in Nigeria now. If you don't know, in 2 years' time, Nigeria will be one of the worstest country in the whole world. The worstest country in the whole world. If Nigeria will not protest against this comment, tell me there's no God. If Nigeria will not begin to cry, coming together to cry and say, we don't want you, leave, resign, tell me there's no God. I will never serve God again. I am a prophet of God, and I'm talking as a prophet. Right? The hardship, you have not seen that ship now. In 2 years' time, you will see the hardest hardship you have ever experienced. Liberia will drink dirty water, and they will be thanking God for drinking. That's the kind of president you have. This president does not have anything. He doesn't have any template. He doesn't have any roadmap for the nation. They just force it there. It was rigged election. Rigged election. It was forced on you people. It was forced to be president. So are the people who connive to do all of this and put it there, right? US.
You mean US, the United States?
United States. They are involved in this election. I am telling you, not politically, I am telling you spiritually, what I foresaw. It was rigged. Totally rigged. And now they have seen it, that this person does not know anything. This person cannot help the nation. This person cannot put the nation right.
For determining a clear vision for the country. Okay, so it also includes the development of some different, for instance, I know it can be argued or understand that the whole part issue that the Chinese government is about to do, and they go from Catholic Bolivar to Twistly, they were all in the pipeline, that's true. But it was blocked in the pipeline. The President Biden visit to China, reassuring China that when we are taking action on the global stage, we'll take it with our own interest first as a country, not to please any other person before Liberia's interest, and then people fighting them will join inside and vote.
Just another question.
Yeah. So, you see, it doesn't to the focus to the China Africa Forum. And that got China excited with the new commitment to come do this project. In an internal already, because the Minister of Public Policy to take the Chinese government on Western would say they want to do something. But when you start about their interest, then you're in problem with them. Now, anytime we want to do anything on the global stage, the first question we should be asking, what's in it for us as a country and people? And if what's in it for us is good as a country and people, if other countries benefit from the total that effect of our vote, okay. But we must never again vote on something that will hate ourselves as a country.
Okay.
Because when we have vote, the Senate is comprehensive report of the findings and attack the Supreme Court ruling and the amnesty law and everything. And the position statement for local commissioners who decided from Georgia from here and said the way forward is a another discussion for peace. Then on border now, he is deceived by coming there, but the dealer there, not be there, and in that way, in that taking all kind of way, all kind of thing. You want to go after people? Then you know, the CDC control the lower house in the upper house.
Mm-hmm.
So they went talking away, talking and saying this, but I think they did a resolution that passed. Yeah, that's a very process.
Yeah.
Then they sent it to the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
Then something happened, wow. All of them almost signed to the Yomi house. Then they got it on Tuesday morning. They didn't tell me they had it for me. Oh! Then when I heard what was happening, it was me 2 persons to sign. That was me, that was Bani. Jim Bani. But when I went to Kum, I said, what is going on? You were here when we had sent paper. And you were here with our own election. And we sent the report with all documents, legal documents, to Gambia. Then Baka benefited from the 2010 decision by the Supreme Court to be involved. In the 2011,
You're right.
he benefited.
You're right.
The other side of government of Australia now, he now tells them now, we think people are going to own it, they don't persecute us. Without going to persecute us. So what is going on with Kum? Then go say, well, I will do for you to help you with lawyer. That's why I can go to my lawyer. I was from all office, my own son office, I went and found a resolution. I have never told them why you did this. You know what I told him?
No.
Resolution is not a law. So, starting the resolution, and we agree, bring it now. Now, brother sent a bill, they will not put all the money to it now. And back it.
Oh, okay. That was a struggle.
I said, for them, no.
Media is in trouble. But I tell you this, I still repeat, if the president refuses to change, then the government is in trouble. The government, if you finish this government, let's thank God. Because as from next year, it's going to be fluctuating. And all the people that is in the government, they are liars. All of them. They don't know why they are there. They don't know what they are doing. They don't know the reason of staying in that system. They are just pushing the devil like this. They don't know where they don't know where it's going. So the forefathers of Liberia, they are in pains. It's very regrettable. Even the former president, simply, is even regret having this person as a president. So that is just it. They believe that Dr. Weir is too much for Liberia. That's the man who have brought total transformation to Liberia. That's the man who have turned Liberia to mini London or mini US. And he will have done it in the second term. And they understand. They are angry with him. They believe that he's against them. They believe that he doesn't like Liberians. That's what they believe. If Liberia will be zero in sports, zero. In what? Zero. Where go to Nations Cup now? Go to Nations Cup. Let's see Nations Cup. Go to Nations Cup. I will give you $500,000. You qualify for Nations Cup, I will give your national team $500,000. I promise. Your national score, your national team.
Really invest that people are using that any type of structure. Because even if you are just beginning $1 million for the budget year, every year they give $1 million, you impact a lot.
If I'm president of this country, I should God show you a wonder. Then God said, no one believe it. So don't judge you for life. Then I put ball.
Yeah.
I put ball in the very country. I put ball in the help.
No.
You know, to Ellen Jerusalem because she's a Harvard University.
Chris,
How is doing different? No passion for development.
where Chris?
And no just will put the millions men in the whole world.
Yeah.
Just me.
Condition say you not get it.
Now,
Yeah.
no condition.
Yeah. Just say that all kind of things that happen here, you know, I'm sure no he no tea.
He was trying to have honor Ellen. Ellen did not want him to become president. So Ellen did not introduce him to many leaders. Everyone dream of their own. She traveled from country to country. He kept a man in the garage for 20 years according to Dr. Hickson.
Chris, when they did something, who put the real number? Lampa, they were. The what wrong with the tunnel and the go move from there? When the tunnel I was here, my man. The video entertainment tunnel I used to be showing around here.
Yeah.
And what my was not showing.
Country
Lampa, go from here.
what says country you want. If the idea will not protest against it,
Chris, you gotta be kidding. What kind of money they're gonna for?
if like they
Ọ̀dọ́ ẹ̀sùn nínú.
will not
Ẹ̀sùn nínú kọ̀ọ̀dá ẹ̀sùn nínú.
What?
Ẹ̀sùn nínú ẹ̀sùn nínú ìyá mẹ́rin bọ̀yé.
What?
Fọ̀dé wẹ́sà.
No, no.
resign.
No.
10 years no more.
No.
I will never serve God again.
I can't get what money I gave you. You saw that thing you sent to me.
I am a prophet of God.
Somebody get money for them. They
I am
can't give
talking
it.
as a prophet.
Huh?
Right. The hardship, you have
What
not
is
seen
on it?
hardship now.
Àpọ́nì ní ẹtí nínú ẹ̀ ẹ̀sùn nínú kọ̀ọ̀dá.
In 2 years' time, you will see the hardest hardship you have ever experienced.
Now what are you talking about?
Like many of
Yeah,
you
so that-
drink water.
When you open it like that, all of them will be ready.
Thank God for drinking.
They didn't want to.
Ẹ̀yẹ.
That's the kind of president
Ẹ̀yẹ
you
wà
are.
sábẹ̀ ẹ̀.
This president does not have anything. He doesn't have any template.
They won't.
He doesn't have any room
Oh, yeah.
for the nation. He
Gàùsán
just was it there.
I mean, the world.
It was rigged election. Rigged election. It was forced on you people. Forced to be president. So as the people who
Yeah.
connive
Ọbẹ̀ ń ṣe fi
follow
Yeah, you put it there one time there, you can't. But
US.
everybody.
the power boy is one for everybody. But I just the
United States.
Email.
that they made some error in it, so they had to tell they got their own
I
email
am telling
there.
you.
And okay, ABWEON okay very good at gmail.com. Like,
It was rigged. Totally rigged.
okay.
And when they have seen it, that this person does not know anything. This person cannot help the nation.
How about
This
that?
person
The password. Under the REL.
Like I said, it also includes the development of some different for instance, I don't take
I didn't know this.
No, I said the machine crash. The whole video crash. So I reinstalled the event will so you can as a man for the password.
They were all in the pipeline, that's true. But they were blocked in the pipeline. The President Walker listened to China, reassuring China that when
Yeah.
taking action,
Yeah, boss man.
Your studio microphone open. Your studio microphone open. So every discussion you have been going through.
other person before that we lost interest and then people fighting them on the side.
Just a question. Yeah.
So you see, if listen to the focus to the China Africa Forum, and that got China excited with the week of the new commitment to come do this project. They are internal already. You call the Minister of Public Policy will tell you the Chinese government don't waste time when they say they want to do something. But when you start on their interest, then you can problem with them. Now, anytime we want to do anything on the global stage, they fight. And if what's in it for us is good as the country and people, if other countries benefit from the trickle down effect of our vote, okay. But we must never again vote on something that will hate ourselves as a country and people to please any.
Liberia, like I said, is one of the best countries in the world, whether you believe it or not. You understand? Yeah, it's a small country. It's one of the best countries. You know, we are very good people. And then I think what we should strive for is for our country to survive. You know, and that's why we promote peace in our country. You know, for so many years we've been promoting peace. And people that brought war still continue to have the face and idea of discrimination. This is wrong, and we will not sit as citizens of this country. I was in opposition before. I faced this thing before, and then of course I'm in opposition. We'll put check to that.
Wow. And these things happen in the wake of these turbulent times. You know, the economic hardship is very high, and there were people that you may have placed on payroll and so forth here and there, but these are Liberians in the wake of all of these hardships. They have been taking off jobs, and some of them could be angered by that and take matters into their own hands. And you are a man of peace, and if they did support you and they are suffering because they are associated with you, people have been taking up tenure positions. Whoever associated with you, either directly or indirectly, they have been taking up jobs. These things could anger people and they could take matters in their own hands. What say you to these? Yeah.
Maybe the international community that were reminding us to make sure that we don't break the rules and regulations. They are still there. And we have to respect the laws of the republic. That's what we did. When I was in power, when they tell me that no, this is a tenure position, you cannot move the person until their tenure expire. So be it. That's the law. We can't break the law. So I hope that the government will take heed. It's important to respect the law of the republic. We're not a democratic period, so we need to respect the law. All we look for is to respect the law, and that's what we did.
Looking at the common people are losing their jobs at various places as well. Not just only tenure position holders. They are the one that feeling the pinch the most. They got nothing.
AB, when you are angry and you let the wrong people thinking that they are the savior is wrong. You understand? We were in opposition before. If you employ poor people that have the minimum, and somebody come to power and believe that because they associate with other people, they have to be taking on job. This is very bad. That's not good. No leader can do that. You know. And what, $50 job, $100 job? You mean the government that come to power that came to rescue cannot even give a $50, $100 job or lead a citizen on that job? This is wrong. It's wrong. It be everything that they're doing wrong, and we know that. You know, but again, the peace of Liberia is the most important. It's the most important, and that's why we in accordance with the law. You know, this is wrong. People supported the Unity Party. I came to power. I left them there. These are citizens of the country. But you can employ a Senegalese man and you refuse to employ a Liberian. Is that what it is? No, it's wrong. It's wrong. Everything that is doing is wrong. Maybe the disrespect is wrong. Breaking our laws is wrong. And the women know that. Baba know that. Baba know that. When we were there in Waka, we used to go to him and even feed Waka.
And let me say hats up to all of you wherever you are. I want to say hats up to you. And with God, all things are possible, and we are certainly getting there. And with God, here we are together again, and we are doing what we can for our country. And no matter what the circumstances are, we are certainly getting there. So we are here together again. And let me say hats up to all of you, wherever you are. With God, we are grateful, and we are here together again. The voice they don't want to hear. You see, there are a couple of voices that people don't want to hear. The voice of truth. It hurts. It's painful. That's why you don't have to insult. Just state the truth. That insult by itself. So I see people passing all over the place. Oh, yeah, because I don't call saying. I can hear you telling you the truth. You know, the truth hurts. The truth is more insulting than any other thing because the way you're taking in this country. But anyway, we are getting there. With God, all things are possible. How are you doing, great people? I think we are together, right? Yeah. And we are certainly getting there. Welcome to the program Face the Issues here on Kings 88.5 FM. And we are here together to do what we can do for our country. And with God, all things are possible. All you can do for us, we don't need much except your prayers. We are forever grateful for that. And God is wonderful. God is wonderful. And Rosalind, Winnie, you say you are bereaved? Who's bereaved? Oh, I have a couple of issues about people bereaved all over the place. Yeah, and but we don't know specifically. But again, my condolence to whoever is bereaved, inclusive of myself, and we say condolence. So let me say hi, you, and we think with God all things are possible. And on this program, Face the Issues, one thing we've always told you that we have kept and we always live up to is to not discuss personalities. No. As to a person where you are, you carry a woman to court, your woman carry you to court, or you did that, you stealing property from your woman. Yeah, it put us on integrity too. Yeah, so we can talk about that one where you and your woman get property, and when you passing around doing all kinds of things, you stealing from the woman, all the kind of thing. The kind of thing we can talk about it. Yeah, because when you're a public figure, you know, we don't know you from your homes before we entrust you over. So we get personam and we get personality, right? Personam is the inward person really you are. I was able to talk about that the last time. So the outward look is what we see you, but we'll give you our job. So when we check now that we see your personam, it's not really anyway. We'll certainly get there. The kind of personality traits you are. If it is not really commensurating, or maybe not run directly or in line with your personality, then we think we got a little problem with it. Then we can fire. Then we fire at that point then now. And anytime anybody doing something that we God doesn't like, and not about what we like. It's not about us. You see, that's the whole thing about it. And what God doesn't like. We don't discuss those kind of thing. Anybody who can go steal from a woman, and that's not a good thing. Oh God, we are back here again. All right, so I think we are getting there. So we are getting there. Yeah, with God, all things are possible. And we think there are several of you who are out there who have a good way of showing yourself to be good. When you go when you okay, the law issue. Let's come to the law issue. So the law issue is that you know the thing you can be hearing about 13.5, 13.5, boom. They can release you. They can release you. Sometimes your bond could be your present. That's what they call present now, the way you look outside. So they call that one personal reconnaissance. Personal reconnaissance. Personal is your outward look, the kind of way you are, the way AB appears. We don't think AB will run away. AB will come to court when the court wants to see him. AB will come to court. So with AB, we can give AB, AB can be built on the basis of personal reconnaissance. That means you recognize his personal, what people know him for. And the reason why people always want to present themselves, they will not let to damage that image that people know them about. Right? So people care more about the outward look to the extent that what they can do whom, they will not just bring it outside easily. So they are more caring about the outward look that the personal they focus on. But it's not really who they are. It is the personal. It is the personal that you see people fight. Persona. Very good. So that the persona, that persona is the outward look. How you want for people to look at you. So people not left for people to temper with that. Though they are terrible whom. They are very, they can curse, they can cut Baba curse, they can do all kind of things, they can steal. But out there, they're not left for people to see them like that. So when you temper with that persona, that's a serious problem. In fact, most defecations, let me say, defamations, right? Damaging people's reputation and so forth here and there. All those things are on the basis of hurting that persona. That's the outward look. But the intrinsic characteristics of you, that's what we call the intrinsic nature, the intrinsic qualities and traits that make you a unique person. That one there, that one, that's what we call personality. Personality. That one, not just up to persona. So it's personality. Now, that personality is that intrinsic. That one is within. That's the unique that people know AB for this. That is what they know you for, right? It's intrinsic. So persona is outward, then personality is more intrinsic. So that's why it is. People like Joseph Boakai, then the thing that brought them to power is on the basis of persona. You never knew him, his outward look. Oh, the papa intrinsically, he has a very poor and terrible personality. He's very terrible. And the only people who will tell you about the personality are your man, your pa, your brother, people who are close to you. They don't really know your personality. But the people outside, that personality know. People within, people who are close to you, they have worked with you, people, they're able to tell you what is that unique characteristics of AB. What is that intrinsic nature of AB? That even when no one else is watching, they say it's AB. That's the intrinsic nature of it. That's why by the way, you know, somebody will be talking there, you're going to go, you're sitting, you'll be, oh, AB, this, that. But we're not getting for that. The reason we are here, you know, we will continue to teach you and share with you the idea that you already know about. How we can share it together. Joseph Boakai have been writing on persona, and now personality. He has no personality, nothing. There is no unique. Look, Boakai intrinsic quality and thing that's so terrible thing in that inside. So if there's any personality that we're talking about, that terrible personality, is that not true? All the things I'm talking about, is that cause? No, that cause that true. But you see, that truth there will be seen as cause because you know, people may not understand it. But me, I like to tell the truth. It's just about telling people the truth. And the truth can hurt. The truth is painful, more than even insult. So that one let to even come open my mouth, anybody can be causing my call, or they won't call. The other one, there's a call. The other do now stay taught them. No, I don't want that. There are some people who don't need to hear that. Right? Because when you use any bad cause, you are hurting everyone's ears. Even the one that you're telling it to is hurting their ear, is indecent for them. Also, the other people who you are not talking to, but the hearing it also indecent in their ear as well. So it's not good you say don't want it. But you see the truth, it can pierce only through one person. You see that? It can only hurt one person. It's not hurting the other people. The other people not feeling bad about it because that's the truth. It's hurting the one whom you are targeting. That truth there. So you see how it is? That's why you see God always told us to speak the truth, and the truth shall, you know, the truth, you know, people may not understand how we go about it. But sometimes we muster the courage. It's difficult to muster courage in this country, this kind of country, Where people will tell you, about your future, one day you will be broke, you will come to the man, you can ask the man for money. All my teenagers are doing here, you're not seeing people more. Any of my fellow young people, they didn't want the future in. They Joseph Boga get future before I'm coming care about future. What kind of future you want? All my friends then who I know the young, they growing up and they need leadership, mentorship, or so forth. I don't put more on them. I let them slide. My focus is not on the youthful generation. They are being misled. They are being used. My focus is on the target. And that's what it is. It's very much important. I will focus on the target. Yeah. So I don't deal with a puppet. I deal with a puppeteer. So Joseph Boakai is the puppeteer. I don't deal with the poppy there. No, I don't deal with that. No, I don't. But with God, all things are possible. And we are certainly getting there. Right? Yeah, we will certainly get there. So let me say what's up to all of you and welcome to class. Let me say sympathy to the CDC folks over the passing of Zolizo, a very vocal person for the CDC. He will go at any length, and even he was punished by Liberian people at the Liberian Senate and denied opportunity. And I think it's important. And we think, may peace be to his ashes. And let me say, welcome to Monrovia Emmanuel Gobe. But that passing did not just come like that. It comes in the wake of what our country has turned to. Zolizo suffered some medical complications and was rushed at a JFK. These political health practitioners that you see here, you see what they have done? They came outside, they identified Zolizo as being somebody of the CDC. They decided to say deliberately that they don't have any bet. And you know the issue about these complicated like stroke, if you don't attend to it too fast, it will cause a lot of damage as fast as. So that's why you see when they say anybody who has a problem with stroke or whatever it is, please just rush the person quick to hospital so that they can attend to it fast. These medical people knowing exactly what it is, and no doctors, the nurses that are there, they are terrible set of people. They killed the man, and that is why you see when we are saying these things, people don't get it. The politics in this country, look. When United Party, if we allow United Party to end their government, and if they end it, we got to reset this country in another. Look, we got to put it into another mode and reset this country again. This country is finished. Joseph Boakai said it, but people didn't get it, right? This country, let me tell you something that this country is totally finished. For health practitioners, that's why you see people like, me. The day God say, whatever it is, and I get it, I'm backing you. Even if I'm helpless, you don't carry me to JFK. You don't carry me to, because these are the people that will bring injection and put it in people and kill people. They are terrible people. We know them. This is what this country has turned to. Very terrible. Now you see the country my here TV say I get my own best friend who are sound that there I can go to. I can call them and talk to them. I don't get what they call. Even my family say I don't get expose them to the useless group of people in this country calling themselves practitioners. I don't do that because these people are now killing people. That brother was taken to the JFK from what we honor, and then they just went and abandoned him and say in the name of no bed. In fact, some of them were begging say, hey, government or in power, you say, oh, your team will okay in the country, you will see, you will just sit down and you die. That is exactly what happened. That brother would have been saved. You know about stroke. And most people, most people, when stroke and thing, then when they say hit you down, once you get people around who can go to you, resuscitate you fast, they can start repairing some of those damages done in no time. That is what they did to that brother. They killed him. Most of the death you see people dying here, you think that preventable deaths? These are things that people not supposed to just die easily. That's why you see in the West or so forth, they prioritize emergencies. They are very much important. But the bunch of people then that we get here who calling themselves health practitioners, they carry somebody there, they say no bet. And we are understanding he must have stayed there for 3 hours, 2 hours, 4 hours. He's gone, he's dying, he's losing. He's giving up everything. And this is bad. Because that's what is so. Because somebody must have told them, oh yeah, that the CDC man there. So let him just die. But you see, people will understand these things in this country. When we say this country is finished, you will not believe it. This country is finished. Friendship gone. We no longer have friends. Friendship gone. I used to see the time where we could be in politics. Husband and wives, they could split. They could, split apart or whatever it is. And then they still found themselves supporting their respective political parties and they move on. Today, all of that has changed. Our entire security system, because you know why? This is how you measure that, right? That is how you measure that. People may not understand what has happened to our country. The level at which our country is now totally destroyed. Liberia is finished. When Joseph Boakai said that, Joseph Boakai cheated. He said, if anybody cheats, it will mean the end of the country, right? Joseph Boakai cheated. So what else needed to happen? The country needed to finish. The country is finished. Human decency and morality gone. For you to see your president sitting down and allow big bone woman to be dancing in front of old man like that. He opening a teeth, you could see a large booty passing around. Look, let's agree that the young people were in power, right? That kind of old papa there who looking like that papa is very useless when it comes to woman business. That papa is sitting there, woman dancing in front of him. That sound person there. Look, let me tell you something. Is the morality, the human decency, and this is quite terrible for our country. Everything is gone. Where in the world, where in this world, you will be able to see that we have the election in it, and not lack of government. Let's take, for instance, for we are administration, when we came to power, what was the involvement of people like Daniel Zianka then into the 2017 election? They were professional. Daniel Zianka, they were professional. You could see everyone else, even including the Prince Charles Johnson, they were all professional folks. They never, ever. We are only new Zianka then from childhood days or so forth. We ask us all. We are government was unjust. And not that you did something for me, but you believe that these are friends who be things, but bringing them on board. They were not, it was not that they were part of the CDC revolution. No. So he did not have to reward them. And secondly, there were people working in the Unity Party like the likes of Gregory Komane. We have left them there, transition them, send them to places. So we are government was the government of inclusiveness. You could sense it clearly that you never have to be part of the CDC before you work in we are government or at the highest level. No. So meaning there were people in the opposition. I can see a video where Eugene Nangwe was talking about if we win, Unity Party. Yeah, he was simply saying that if we win, Unity Party people will not work in this government because look at what they are doing. Even those whom we left there, look at what they have undermined the very government because they don't see it as being the most responsible thing to do because we are all Liberians. We may come from different political parties. It doesn't matter where you come from. Your views you can express. It doesn't matter. And we can all still work together. That's why it is. So Boakai had destroyed this country to the extent that after an election, that's why we said the very security sector, was very, look, that God used I think if we were going to force it and say we are going for this here and there, the very next moment, you have seen the entire Mediterranean of people rising up to do bad things to we are. They were ready to finish we are. You could sense it clearly. Because Obwaka, who never rewards anybody something for nothing, who hates almost everyone else around we are, including the man who carried him to hospital, the man who we are, Joseph Tar, we are for him to take job from that man. Then I hear the one will take job and give it to Daniel Zianka, who are flying all over where we are, all over the place. And Daniel Zianka did not do anything extra for Bwakai. And see that Bwakai, who will be there, Prince Charles Johnson, who was promoted by George Weah. Anybody else who we are promoted, name me anybody that we are promoted, that did not in any way contribute to the Unity Party that Bwaka still has in power. Name me anybody. You will not find them. Our country is gone. Zodi Zoden death, it only speaks to many of you. So if you get your sharp mob in your community, don't help practitioner the day you sick and they say that CDC Papeo, that CDC Omao, just know that they're going to kill you. When they carry you to any of these health facilities and you be calling yourself CDC, that is how the country is now. Zodizo's death is just part of it. For hours, that man is a JFK. Sick. No relationship anymore. People, professionalism is gone because of politics. Look, the recent time that you see me like this and I'm passing around, I've gone a lot of cases. Opposition people and all, I've done their cases. I've represented opposition because as a professional man, as a lawyer, should I be looking at the person? There's some of my clients when they come out, the person I say, no, I don't like that. If you get a case, you get a case. If you want me to help you to represent you, you must get case. Forget about it. What are the person, a CDC person or the person, not let the person. I don't get time for routine because I come to the job. There is a difference between professionalism and friendship. Professionalism will always take the day. Though friendship is very important, but I must learn to be professional because it's tied to the job. Right? I must be professional. These security guys were not professional. Watch out. With the exception of Patrick Suru. With the exception of Patrick Suru, how do you call him, man? Buri Wilson, all right? Buri, yeah. Buri from how do you call the place? Immigration. Patrick Suru, Buri, and that of the Justice Minister, Frank Musadi. The rest of the other people, they got compensated as payback to Joseph Bwaka because they were feeding him with information. You know what it takes for the NSA director who takes all the national security intelligence and send it forth and telling these people, you're going 3 on this side, you're doing 1 on this side. The people in national security meeting, and then Eugene Fagon is sitting down on Spoon Network and say, as we speak, the people want to change the election result. John Weah has said the security must come also. Eugene Fagon is there and narrating sensitive national security meeting details on Spoon Network, fielded by Prince Charles Johnson and the rest of the other folks that he compensated today. If the security sector can be brought to this level, is our country not finished? Tell me now. Is the country not finished? Is the country not finished? The country is finished. What is left in this country now? Joseph Bwaka does not. Look, that's why you see most often people look at it and say, oh yeah, there's that here and there. Yeah, this country is finished. These people were giving sensitive national security information. As a result, Bwaka came there, he took all of them, he gave them jobs. Does Bwaka give anybody a job who did not really aid him or help him? Especially somebody who come from Weah Anger, who was promoted and working with our government. Where are they today? Name me them. Even if you say, okay, the man our president now, I will work with him, but I will still tell you from there because you are we are making. I told my sister one time, Emma Glasgow, I said, look, whether you go or you come down, whatever it is, the old man will move you. Because Joseph, the man were on a sick bed. And people say now, we are hard to be looking for money all over to make sure to give to this man for him to go, this. To go to hospital if you can sack that man. take job from the man. What do you expect? This country is gone. And you're who there now, the Unity Party people, you got to think about yourself. At the time now, you're going to think about your future. Because you're not staying there forever. And what you're doing today, except maybe you, because we say we want to reset this country. And resetting the country does not mean that you will not pay for what you're doing to other people. It's to teach your lessons. Maybe they will bring in people who may not be part of the CDC revolution, but from outside, but come in. And they don't have to support the revolution, but they have to. But the rest of you people, you are a barbara element. Joseph Boakai has brainwashed you people until you're terrible. To the extent that some of you cutting off speech from your friends today. Because the hard Boakai has reduced you people to that. Look at the country. Look at the country. The country is looking dull. When I mean dull, the country is filthy. When they say you're looking dull, I mean you're not shining. Liberia is not a shining nation anymore. Because what? The president who is now president, the man was looking very filthy, dull. You couldn't see Boakai shining. With all he has, some kind of old ratting lapa share used to be under that medicine share or whatever, all you used to be telling the RB people say, you don't know, I not get money, oh, that loan I took from you, I not get money. Oh. So you will appear poor. Where he wanted to declare bankruptcy, because when you owe in a bank, and then you not get money to pay, so now you just declare bankruptcy, say I not get nothing. Then they will evaluate to see that papa used to be wearing all share. When the RB people go there to go collect their money, that ratting lapa will be on him. That's why you will see, you'll see that they kind of clothing on me now. All my coat there. Then he will take one of his coat suit that looking big on him like head. One. He will wear it, he sit down. So he was just sitting down with all say when the people come for their loan money, then you say, you see, I ain't get money to pay. Look at the kind of big coat that on me. Everything else because he wanted to have that personam that people will look at and say, oh yeah, they say that is exactly what. But you see, this country is an interesting country, and some of us will not be like that, papi. And I'm telling many of you young people listening to me today, don't follow the trend of this old man. You will finish your generation. There has been no success story tied to this old man. LPMC, he stole there, the sacking. He came to VP position. Honor Ellen Johnson said he dismally performed. Ellen said, no, I can't turn over power to you. You are not trustworthy. Then he came again, talk about CPP, destroy CPP. The Unity Party today is nowhere to be seen. Then you take country, you give it to him. The country is nowhere to be seen on the map anymore. Liberia is nowhere. Where is Liberia? You ask yourself the question, where is Liberia now? Where is Liberia, my people? When your president is struggling, people like we are there, left from here, you see people struggling to take pictures. Instead, we are living from here and forcing ourselves on people to go take picture with them. Can you imagine that? Is that how we have reduced this country? We have reduced the country to nothing. Out of this woman. Where is our pride? We're nowhere. Liberia is finished. Liberia has transitioned from a development, and look, there's this thing they call people's driven policy to what selfish driven policies in this country now. We are people's driven policies. What are those policies? You want me to name them for you? People's driven policies. Where is Joseph Boakai policy now? When I'm self-driven policies. People's driven policies versus self-driven policies. Now, self-driven policy, he's driving himself. In a people's driven policy, it is a policy that is instituted to drive the people. In a self-driven policy, it's a policy that is instituted to drive oneself. Today, Liberians are nowhere. No one is driving them, they are stuck. Today, because it is self-driven policy, those policies instituted by Joseph Boakai and his bunch of cronies, they are driving themselves. So the self-driven policies. Now, we have transitioned from that. That is where we are. Then you people sitting there, you're still looking around thinking that we get country. Where is Liberia now? Where is our country? You people should be asking, not because you live in the country, you can be what you think your country. No, the question about it is, what impact your country is making is why that question is being asked. It's rhetorical. Where is it? People people's driving policy. Oh, you want me to name that for you? No, I will not name it for you. It's paying wax fees for thousands, in fact, hundreds of thousands of students. Is it not people's driving policy? Bring one people driving policy that Bogga ever initiated over 1 year now. None. Buying cars, self-driven. Private jet, self-driving. So what is it? You want us to argue that, or you want me to name more about we are okay? Let me jump from wax fee. Paying, declaring University of Liberia free tuition. You want to go and pay your registration and go. Is it not people's driving policy? Is it not people's driving policy? Amen. You know, for me, I don't want to even talk. People's driving policy. Building free home housing for people's driving policies. So just today, I was sitting down. I look at Boakai car that he bought. 400,000. Some people put it. Okay, let me agree that 100,000. Let's come to the lowest. Let me come tell you people's driving policy. Let's come to the the people's driving aspect, right? Let's look at whether the car was bought 100,000. Okay, I agree it was bought 100,000, which is cheap. That's according to you people, it's cheap. Okay, no problem. We are told Magada and to other ministries and agencies that everybody can work in government. The unemployment rate is very high in the country. The first thing we'll do is we can sack the Unity Party people then because we think we come in, let them stay. But we can stay accommodate for our partisans, people who struggle because they can't stay remain unemployed. That is where we came in with this supplementary payroll. That supplementary payroll, it says something Martin Luther King once said, and there might be laws, but when that law injures the general interest of society, the moral and ethical thing to do, that was, I'm just trying to say in summary, the moral and ethical thing to do according to Martin Luther King is to break that law. Now, what is the intent of laws? I know there are times that the Supreme Court have passed opinions and said, look, why it is true that this is the law, why do we have equity in law? The court can set in equity. The court can say they want you like the law, but they want, we will set in equity. This time, we'll push the law, they kind of play. Because if that thing here, we don't look at equity, then of course, though will affect this law, but it still harm society. So the court, you see, when they say law, they can set in equity. So judge, we have looked at it and say, look, we have a law. For one to benefit from government resources and salary, you got to be employed. That is the law. Now, judge, we have said no. We can also set in equity. We can dismiss the Unity Party people because for 12 years, some of them are what they call, we can take them from there because we think we want bring CDC people there. They will stay. We can stay accommodate for the CDC people. Now, the CDC people may not be able to make the salary as compared to the Unity Party people, but at least we can find small thing for them. So at the Ministry of State, people are there, we have looked at them and they say, look, what we'll have to do with this bunch of people, we can find something like a supplementary payroll, we'll put them on. It was 750. Over 750, and with the supplementary payroll stuff that we're talking about. So let's agree, right? Joseph work at 75, you give him most of these people. Okay, let's say 75 the highest. And then they are getting that every month. They're getting that 75 every month. You have that done. Let's calculate it. 100,000. You employed about 100 persons. Right? 100 persons. Let's just say that 100,000 that Baka talking about, 100% employed on that. How many years you'll be able to pay those 100 persons for if you were to just get in at 75? For the 100,000. But Joseph Baka just did 400,000, right? 400,000. So let's do the calculation now. 400,000 divided by 75. 400,000 divided by 75. You will be employing 5,333 persons. They are on payroll. So they agree that you even now want to pay other day at once. Then you divide it by maybe 3 years or 4 years, then you will be able to know how many persons. You will still be in a neighborhood of very close to 2,000 or 3,000 people who will be paid over 3 years or 4 years period. They are on salary. Unemployment settle. You have that quantity of people. And look at the opponent when they get at least 75. You know how many people hanging on that 75. You know how many people more you opening. Somebody get 3, 4, 5, 6. And of course, our treasury in this country, so now we have 8, 9, 10 dependency. Right? Now, you know how many persons? Just every month. Do you know how many persons you'll be paying? Just on that. Then, is it not people's dreading policy, supplementary payroll? They said that rockage thing that happened, that terrible thing that happened, SYZ that happened, they took it from there. And what they are doing now, they are stealing the money and trying to put in renovation. You go to the other office, they say, oh yeah, the office, you don't be dirty, man, we're cleaning the office. They take that money, they give it to people, they get their cut from inside. They get ready, oh yeah, we want another new car. They get ready, they put money inside, they get their cut inside. People are affected. You take money, you take the offices. You think we are couldn't employ plenty of advisors? We are there say he knew nothing. You think we are never, we couldn't be justified that we are needing plenty of advisors around? But we are saying all the advisors then will bring in, the money will be paid. And what happened to the other people that are down there in the street? What happened to the other people in the street there? People's driven policy. Where is Bwaka's selfish, self-driven policies? That is what you see. And that's bad. I am not here to come and pamper old man Joseph Bwaka. Though he's being old, but he came to the firing line, and we're going to treat him as such. Just want to tell him, Papa, you know that, Papa? You don't see any Papa really strong there, eating, and of course, doing everything, and eating plenty money, and doing all kinds of things. You know the kind of car in the Papa, right? They say, you know, Papa. That Joseph Bwaka is talking about luxurious cars here today. I didn't want to say Joe used to ride expensive cars and things. So Joe that he liked. Could you imagine Joe all people who used to ride expensive cars? If you can look at him and look at the kind of shoe that man wearing. You know what kind of shoes and watches we are used to wear? You took one shoe, you pull it up. Oh, we are wearing that the Liberian people money. What kind of useless thing that is like somebody who is already used to life? They made whole life, that life. And despite him doing that, he was still helping you people in displaced camp and so forth here and there. He was still paying the national team transportation, getting no money, and you think they pay him back? No. All the things that were happening, yet he was enjoying his life. We are still enjoying his life, wearing the most expensive watches, like he still wears today. In fact, one time somebody was telling me a story where we are selling watch. I don't know what kind of call the watch. 200,000 watch. He gave it to one of his sons, Chamwea. And then he took that watch. Somebody was telling me that. They said he took that watch and gave it to his son. His son, because he children and left fencing in there. His son left the watch and went by business. Then the father called in and came outside. Father said, but what kind of thing that they bought and the man wear expensive watch that cost 200,000 and get to the boy and what they got there? Because the children, they are not like that. And not like Joseph Bwaka and children then are passing into things. Look at how simple we are children are. Because they know throughout their father life, their father first prioritized people, and whatever he got from people, they were not things that he bought, but they were things that were given to him through gestures. So now you go and score the other, go and tell you, I will score the other, go and tell you that Benz that down there, you will take it. We are going, get ready, said we are looking at it, they gave the other shoes. All those things, those are brands and things they gave him. That's it. So a children are not coming to go into fancy lifestyle. You see a children, they are very simple. They live in this country under their father's 6 years period. You couldn't see his children passing from necklace to necklace, showing themselves, we are, today we are coming here to come be flying around. Oh, yeah, the president's on there going. You don't hear that because their father came from a humble background. We are is a simple man. And that's him. So look at you people. Look at where you have reduced the country to. An old man who's going to his grave, he is still chasing after vanity when he's supposed to know the interpretation of vanity at this age. These are the times when our elder knows say, hey, Abby, they want business up here. Yeah, my son, take time with your life. Now, the time that they can be advancing people now, Abby, take time with your life. Woman, we've been through a lot. There are a lot of experiences with God. Abby, shoes, no. Food, no. Maybe car, no, man. I just need letting So you be what you got cars and things. What am I doing with it? Because these are the people who vanity shining in their faces now. Because when they look back and they look where they are going, they say, but what time have I got left to carry these things? What am I doing these things? A better what I have now, let me invest it into the wasted times. The wasted times. So that I leave beyond legacy now. That's what my focus will be. What can I now do to leave behind legacy? That's all they will be contemplating now. What can I do? We now enjoy life. It's now time we build our future. You know what the future they're building there? They are children then who growing up and they said we'll be able to do this for you. Right? Those are the issues. Where are we today? Do you people think they are useless government you get? They're not even sound. They don't even know left from right. They're just passing around all over the place. The official and the rogue. They are stealing. They are liars. They're passing around. You think you can compare the useless thing you're running here, you call government to people like us? No. We get integrity. All your mob then you're going to be opening all over the place. Somebody was just sharing with me, one of my WhatsApp views something, what they call, I say, wow, God is wonderful. You can hear about us jumping so. Loyalty is our hallmark. And we don't believe in people because we just let them know. There are specific things that they do that we think aligns with our belief system. And then we follow. It's not for what we will get. It's about what we can now contribute to help them do what they can do for people. We are interested in seeing to it. And they say, oh yeah, you know, Jesus disappointed, they used to get money. But every time they hear that they were associated with Jesus Christ, they felt proud of that. That's why it is. They never care about material things or no. They were very happy the moment you hear, but oh yeah, Jesus disappointed here. Then they feel proud. You know that kind of pride you find when you're associated with people of success. Then you just feel proud. Oh yeah, I'm very happy that they made I'm a friend. I'm very happy they made I'm a brother. That's all people get. You don't go there to get. You go there to just be able to help and be able to ride in the glory of that person. And that's why it is. What kind of country you get in this country that not even looking sound ahead? Look at what happened yesterday at the airport. I'm coming to that one then. Because the story is so deaf, we know that the country is finished. And I've been telling you, let me wrap it up on that one. Oh man, you'll be very careful. You try, you know, you need to get workshop and things so that you will learn what kind of food you will eat so that you will not get sick soon. And when you go to hospital, then you're able to change your name, you change your name on the hospital document. Especially when you're finished showing your faces all over. You're going to, I will show your hospital then you're shooting what they call, I know the kind of unity party. You see ERWA, that one area that you got to be very careful with when you go in there, because during the height of the campaign, I know what went on there. I tested there. I know what going on. Then the JFK that you see here, so they get a bunch of them there that they put in there. Then another hospital again, I will tell you, okay, Redemption could be one of it too. No, the Redemption one, they didn't get much details from there, but these are the area when you're going there, you'll be changing your name. Either you use different name so that you'll be giving a treatment, unless using that your name there, and then people can say, oh yeah, get it, oh my, you know that CDC, oh my, that what I call that terrible thing you will hear about. They may louder take injection and juke inside you, you die. These people are very terrible. They are very terrible. These United Party people, they are using the health system to kill citizens. Because for Zonizo to appear down there, and you are seeing an emergency as it is, and they say over 3 hours, that brother is still there, that's terrible. That's terrible. And me, I want to know, if the people can take jobs from people and want them die, what thing they can do? Fish out of water approach. That's what the Unity Party is using. They take you out of the water and they tell you they live. You be careful. Look, all of the things I'm saying here, so the country finished. Have you both seen people cutting off speech from each other? Now, you don't see that thing you know be doing while you're passing around. So now you see Pascal there with their friend in the Unity Party, all of them joking, all their friends and now cut off speech from them now today. They are no longer friends. Ask Ruben Cannon. Ask Peter McCauley there. In fact, you don't even hear people like Peter McCauley and start calling on radio control again. No. But some of their friends were still working in Unity Party, but they could call on radio station and defend their Unity Party against the government. Yes, they could still work. Today, people like Peter McCauley there until you hardly hear here, they may live here. But he trusts and he calls on the radio his own friend then. Who would hear? His own best friends. They will say, "You'll take that human being there. Oh, that's what they are doing now. This country is finished." Joseph Boga said it. That if anybody cheats, the country will finish. And Joseph Boga cheated. So the country is finishing. What are you like? The whole security system is dumb. The police, forget about it. It's bad. Very bad. You talk of Gregory Coma, who got no police training. No police training. Absolutely. No police training. Of course, you can have contacts. People can have contacts, and which are very essential. Yeah, people can recommend people. And I know that for sure. No police training. All rebel. And these are some of the details about your Gregory, your girl calling him police RG. That man, does he look like a responsible person? How can a police RG be so boisterous and passing all over the place? A very TikTok content creator passing all over the place, a criminal, smuggling people out of prison and having them killed, leading tortures, beating unconstituted elected officials, flocking them broad day. Is that man a trained police officer? Is that man a trained police officer? Then you should be able to check that he has no training. No training. He's nowhere near training. And why you people turn this country to? When we say the country finished, it's not fun. It's finished. Gregory Coma, he's not a typical police officer. One of his friends in the United States of America, whom all of them were together, he didn't want to give me this detail. Is that Gregory Coma is never a trained police officer. He said Gregory navigated his way through. When the UN started the training process, he was disqualified for human rights abuses somewhere there in the Firestone region when you were with SOD and so forth here and there. They disqualified him. He's not a typical policeman. And these are ex-police officers in the States. They're the one now telling us why the thing is happening. And say, hey, people, you ought to be surprised. And the person who told me that, somebody who been about CSD, he was one of the heads of CSD, something like that. And the guy is in the States. The guy said that the Gregory Mayor again, huh? What do you expect? The whole police force finished. They say he was brought into the system by one late and Leo Jebo, and one Leo Jebo, or so forth here and there. And he navigated his way through, when the UN started training, and he failed miserably. He has no record of graduating from any police academy in Liberia. He never did any police-related training. Oh no, the new dispensation after that war thing there, that rebel attitude thing there. No, he's not. But when they brought people like Chris Massacre, then when they came in, Chris Massacre then began to use them because he was around the NSA. The NSA used people, for diverse background for whatever reason. So you were hanging around the NSA, and of course with his small NGO in hand, you were hanging around the NSA and all of that. So when Chris Massacre came, they began to use him. And remember now, at that time, Chris Massacre came, Omeo was not living. So they sneaked Gregory through, and Omeo, they didn't care anymore. Because the rigor of training and things, they didn't care about it. So they just sneaked in through Chris Massacre. He was an errand boy for Chris Massacre, and I had Chris Massacre brought him. The one we came, we said, no, they make him be here. He's not a professional guy, a trained guy. If we check all of the records, no. Let him just go somewhere else and be there. How we was able to accommodate him. And brought Patrick Sudu. Look at Patrick Sudu policing. You may call Patrick Sudu whatever you want to call him. But at the details of the police, look at Patrick Sudu policing. And look at Gregory Coman's policing. Look at Patrick Sudu policing and compare it with that of the Western, the real San Western people, no matter what it is, real democracy, because they put in a key and train us the Western style. Right? Yeah. That is what you get. And that is why it is. So is the country still okay? No, it's finished. These dumbfounded Unity Party people, they wouldn't get sense in their heads. So mad. And they are the bunch of people whom I always told you people when they say they wanted to crucify Jesus Christ, when they say, oh yeah, who you want Barnabas? They say, oh yeah, gave us Jesus Christ, 1K Jesus Christ, what they call Barnabas, what they call it. That the kind of bunch of people in here. These are people who their brains so mad inside. As a result, when you're talking, they talk foolishness. But I don't care about them. Because they will never ever get me any day. I can challenge them any day, except God agrees. Except God agrees. Except God already agrees. That God agree. I'm talking about say, I say God agrees. Except God already agrees. Yeah. So these people with the kind of terrible history you bring there, they say that sound country, the country is finished. And that is why we are where we are here today. So where are we? Let me transition you all to something which is very much important, and I will talk about it now. You people may not know some of these things, but God is wonderful. Do you know? I'm about to show you the letter. Do you know what Gregory planning now? Because reckless, useless human being Richard Kuhn purporting himself to be speaker repeatedly. President Joseph Yuma Boakai had made several attempts in the last couple of days, meeting with justices and talking. It doesn't matter. Justices can walk to the president area in the spirit of coordination. Chief justice can go to the president go to chief justice. In the spirit of coordination, they can meet anyway. It doesn't matter. But especially in the wake of these high-profile issues, it doesn't matter. But the stance of these people, and we know they have had meetings. That's what people are saying. But I don't want to buy into those. But let me tell you something that they are looking for, because they know that they are losing great by the day. So that is what they're planning. And that is why it is. And I'm about to show you this. Right? Let us see. Look at this. Well, can I link this here? Okay, share screen, invite people. No, I'm going on this. Okay, now let me try to share this with you. There's a communication from March 26. When was it? Please show me. Let me see. Sorry, my portal did not open, so I'm not doing the cash stuff. And I don't know. I'm trying to see it. Those of you playing, if you can. Okay, the 26th was somewhere around Wednesday. Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. That was when, okay, they wrote the letter inviting Gregory, this useless purported speaker, wrote a letter inviting Gregory to a meeting on the 31st. They purported a story. They wanted to have a discussion with Gregory. Having a discussion with Gregory outside of officialdom will cast more aspersions, will create more suspicion. So they didn't want to meet with Gregory and his real front runner, his lieutenants. And people who want to do SYC, they didn't want to meet with them outside of that. Then people will know something is wrong somewhere. So they made it to appear that they were inviting Gregory and Nelson Freeman there in their official capacity to answer to something they did. There's a letter. They think it's smart. They are a very useless bunch of people. They're not smart. There's a letter. March 26th. This was signed by Midre and Sanyon. All right. And so they say Inspector General RG, right? God. Dear Inspector General, I present compliments and by directive of the leadership of the House of Representatives, invite you along with 2 of your deputies to its meeting scheduled on Monday, March 31 at 10 a.m. 2 of your deputies? You, Gregory Coleman, and 2 of your deputies, the men that are in line, right? See here. Listen here, right? They say, Honorable Inspector General, the leadership is keen on a complaint from Anthony F. Williams. That's a blatant lie. Nothing happened. From Anthony F. Williams, Representative Electoral District 2, Maryland County, outlining an encounter with Mr. Nelson Freeman, 102, and Melvin Gray, indicating an alleged disrespectful posture and Miss clearly introducing himself. Where in the world that kind of nonsense will happen and we don't hear about it? No. They were calling them to an indoor meeting so that they will save trash and orchestrate most of their plans. The same thing that led to the burning of the Capitol building, that the same thing they are on now to indict others for recklessness or see to it to plan another purported criminal things that will be able to make this country to go down. And I was telling somebody, I said, yeah, police people, they planning to go indict Desing Chibo and Abu Kamara. I said, Joseph Boaga knows the country is finished. The only thing Joseph Boaga waiting for now to see the burial of this country. You know, when you finish, the only thing that left with you now is to be buried. When your life is in it, the only thing that is left now is to be buried. Joseph Boaga is doing everything. Look, I haven't seen any country where a leader will be told that if you are not careful, then what will happen. Then the leader keeps being careless. Being told people, whether we go or we come down, the thing that's supposed to happen will happen. Because I can see that we are having a government that does not take heed, a government that does not care. This country is on a big time bomb. And I will say that again. Your court this one and carry out. The citizens are angry. All these things they are doing, they call these people to meeting to plan terrible things. Either to indict Kofa because they know that they want to indict Kofa, so that Kofa will not have the opportunity, if the Supreme Court rules in his favor, that you will not have that opportunity to stay handle the gabble. So it will disqualify him from handling the gabble because they don't want to sit under his gabble. So let's look for something on Kofa. That's why Stephen Brown was later arrested. That's the whole plan. We don't want to sit on the gabble of Kofa. So as a result of that, let's indict him, incriminate him, and let our indictment be. You see the kind of recklessness that they own. That's what they invited people in for. They say they call Nelson Freeman and that one Melvin Gray. I don't know whatever it is. They say, in view of the above, sir, you are kindly requested to come along with the NIM officers to speak to. Look at that kind of foolishness. You are calling you are calling the police people for them to what they call them, and they say you must come along with them so that you will say that the sounds something there. You see these people, they are very reckless and useless to the extent that they have no sense. The idea is they are children. So there's nothing they do that people will not know their plans. That's their game plan. So they wrote this letter here, instructing Mildred and have to write this letter to Gregory Coma so that they will go there. That's all you see here. Nothing sound. So you see that? Because let's get this man tapped, hooked, and they don't know Andrew and that of one other guy. One sorry. There have been independent investigators sent from the United States of America to examine whether those guys were tortured. The examinations have now done, and the guys are aware that indeed those guys were tortured. That examination, the report is back in the US. Independent investigation has been done and established that those guys were tortured. That there are people still behind bars. That's what has happened. And I'm doing the torture. They know about that, right? Yeah. And Tom and Susan, they are still in jail. Yeah. They just grabbed one again recently, torture, and y'all listen to the audio. Yes. The country is finished. This country is finished. No, whether you like it or not, you go or you come down. This country is finished. No, let me tell you something again. Just yesterday, when I posted on my Facebook page that for the first time in our nation's history, aviation calamity struck the nation. They say, oh yeah, Joe, we are town, the airport used to go over. You don't even understand the context in which I was saying for the first time. Under we are administration, there was no time Airports went off. But there were emergency situations that were put in place, and those flights have to either go land somewhere or whatever it is, delay, and then they have to restore it and again. But where Brussels was about, already in our airspace coming down, the whole airport just went off yesterday. Then guess what? The United States of America ambassador was there. Then little they all know, I don't know, and I tried to check up with people to really verify this. They said since Walker did that reckless thing with George Weah, they said the U.S. ambassador always using the normal terminal. He doesn't take the VIP privilege. No, he doesn't utilize that. He doesn't. He always take his regular stuff. So the man was on board the flight with a dark airport thing that you heard about yesterday. Joseph Boga, you told her he brought 3 new generators. Mahama went again, 3 BB generators. All the generators blew off at once. The airport dark. Liberia's largest international flight is about to land. They had to put the emergency wheel line on. That one part, the generator exclusively, you put the real light on so that the plane can just know where to land. That's all. Then they have to say, look, they put the all generator on from the VIP, because that VIP area, then they get exclusive generator. They put a generator on there so that they will use the old VIP terminal to let the passengers to exit. The ambassador said, no, I will use this, sir. I can't use that, sir, because, and instead the ambassador apparently refused to use the other side and say he will use the regular. That was an embarrassment to our country. The country is finished. The calamity is looming all over the place. You know what it takes? So let's agree. Then you hear this, see, I will still say useless. Unity Party people say, hey, we are happy. Forget it, boy. Why did you come in the first place? Why did you come? I saw people giving screenshot of Abraham, Dara, Dillon, and all what they play. Because you people, you see, people say, why is it now? If you, like RAB now, I'm critiquing Joseph Walker. I'm critiquing Joseph Walker cautiously on what he is doing. That he said he wouldn't have done. I haven't gone outside of that box yet. Everything you hear me say about Walker are things that he said were wrong and he couldn't do and he will not do that he's doing. That's what we're speaking to here. Because I know when we are comes back, we are a flashing man. We are getting a car. So kind of bus people saw we are in recently, big bus, just a plain bus. They saw we are inside. You don't see that other bus? Really, that Joseph Boga we poor struggling say we clothing used to be wearing. I need to be correct. That kind of you see, we are on a car. Then you see, we are a somebody who. So what thing you can move? We are on what they call it. We have become president is just for the sake of the Liberian people. In fact, for we are to even come back is for the sake of the Liberian people. Everything about we are alive now, he has achieved it. That is when you can say, because there's nothing we have not achieved yet. There is nothing we have not achieved yet. No, we have completed everything. Boga is incomplete human being. The only thing Boga achieved is to come and steal money. That's all. People can tell, oh, that baby, yeah, one can make. But can I make me? They probably not destroy everything about inside and say you can make me. That made me there. You know why it is? If I Abraham William, I say the way I now become LBS because I can become station manager everywhere else. But if I don't become LBS station manager, then I think I've kept my managerial and career as a journalist. And I say I want to go make my name. They agree. Then I go to LBS. LBS that used to be way up. They used to have their substations all over the place. Abraham William goes there now. He say he want to make a name to just complete his cap, just to cap his managerial, successes he has scored as manager of radio stations. He won't go there to what they call. Abraham William goes there. All the substations start coming down. When they get ready, oh, we don't hear ERBC here again. Say AB to what I play. Then what kind of name I go made there? Ain't that my lady I had our passing around way and I've been spoiling everything already. I've finished. Where Boaka is now, Boaka has rammed himself. Look, It is better we have looked at Bwaka in a shadow and look at him as somebody on his president. Persona, to look at him and think like, yeah, I think you are coming to be a good president at that age at all. Yeah, I just go there make it the kind of paper. It better that kind of way. I think it was better than for you to come roast Bwaka now where everything finish. Bwaka is completely drowning by the day. Then you say, we must leave the paper knee or whatever it is. Yeah, leave what kind of knee? To can do what we the paper leaving our country money before we leave any. Eh? The men stuff our country money doing all kinds of things and we say money any. To can do what way? Let him leave our country money, then we'll leave any. Let him stop suffering our people, then we'll leave his name. Let him stop it. That woman is surrounded by a bunch of criminals. And the only reason they're surviving because they are being led by a criminal who sees every criminal thing and has nothing to say. He got no right to chunk. Look, when Jesus Christ told people, then say, any of y'all that say the woman committed adultery, you take right. Joseph Boga get right to chunk of you. Joseph Boga get right to chunk any of the officials. He didn't get any right because he said he's embroiled into every terrible thing. Boga get right to chunk any one of them know. So, what the issue? You go find a place to have it. You see, this country is an interesting country. Whether you're lucky or not, the other bigger calamity the people that been talking about, AOT, we're joking with A, you watch it. The country, the country, we just pray to God Almighty that He will continue to guard and protect us in all that we do. And we are here. God will let us to live and do the commentaries. This country is finished. The hatred in the country, the enemyship, no longer you can find happiness. People scared to sit outside people. Nobody want to be around anybody. Friends are cutting off speech from friends. Nobody talking. If the two leaders in the land, the most immediate, they can't speak to each other, why you think will happen to the whole country? One leader decided to just cut off speech from a friend. What do you think the other people will do? Because Joseph Boga will say, what do you want proof? Okay, let's say for instance, I'm working for Joseph Boga government. Then I decided to go and visit my friend who is a weird friend. Joseph Boga gets to know. And Joseph Boga is not speaking to Weir. Then Joseph Boga gets to know. You say, what do you want to prove? You want to prove like you're more reconciliatory than me? I would the man who employ you and I'm speaking to the man that you want to go speak. What you want to prove? That you're more reconciliatory? You want proof like you what? You want Boaka, I will be scared to go around anybody because I know my pa Boaka does not want to see. That's how you see children create enemy shapes all over the place. They join in fight that they got nothing to do with. But the Boaka children and they said they're very wicked. They are all criminals, but let them eat their own. You know, we think with God, all things are possible. Let's get to the lines. Interact with you. Thanks for joining us tonight. And we think for sure with God, all things are possible. Let's get to the lines and interact with you. I'll call us, and we think we can get whatever it is. Hello, how you doing? Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Yeah. Good evening,
Yeah. Go ahead.
You know, actually, Mr. Boga is politically lost and socially disconnected. The guys familiar with lives and fabricated their own lives and forget to the all the innovative politics. The issue of the airport king here on the church, we are still works out the criminal how that familiar with it on the social media. I told Mr. Boga has a connection to bring them. Even though the familiar in between that they have the generator, the budget generator for Ghana, these guys took their way to power with lies and they want to maintain power with lies. And the evidences are clear. Mr. Boga has distributed poverty and hardship in all landscape of traveling our society. They are still now providing a luxurious car on the detriment of the Lagrimpo, while GSK remain empty in all our medical facilities. to the MC. There are 24 are watching him, and 2029 will be demanded. Whosoever will run in the party will be demanded. So Josh Weah is at the peak to become the president.
All right, so let's show you at that. Let me get on to the next caller. Hello, how are you doing?
And good afternoon, Brother Ebi.
Yeah.
I'm the teacher of this calling for the power.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brother Ebi, you always saying that you. And the main point of the question here is Praga. If you can your memory can serve you. 2000 found a program for the election. There was no 2011, no 2017. I want the Lord speaking. When you get beginning to call for Georgia, they were heading for 2020. When they won the election, when you get that, they say it was bad. He said that so if anybody who can really serve him, then maybe can serve. That you get the one that Praga, the one that started imprising, you get the court. So anything that goes bad to them, it's not going to see anybody must feel bad. Because it's not someone that say, wish me well. And that song, if you wish me well, I wish you well. The man can wish you well, if you wish them well. For me, maybe I want to comment to 4. I still allowed to nobody. I want to comment to 4 because nothing good to come out to me. We pay the part that they were complete. We pay TAP, they were complete. When they say, oh, the market was see all. What they do up?
Wow. So let me just try, let's finish. And when we say what they call, there's an account of a just share this with me. Yesterday, President Bwaka was passing through red light. And even here, there be a junction where Bwaka passing, nobody cares. So what they call it? A friend shares this with me and it says this. He said, Ebi, I would like to bring this to your attention. An unusual incident occurred yesterday at approximately 5:30 p.m. in red light, which I'm not previously encountered in my country. At that time, I was engaged in a 3-hour commitment in Johnsonville and utilized the pipeline route to reach red light. Initially, an informant vehicle from the police and EPS arrived, followed closely by other security vehicles. That was to alert the president, the Habingo vehicle, call out the Habingo, and to alert the president was coming. He said, Thomas Desbay, as a person of faith, I witnessed that not a single citizen interaction took place during the president's passage through the commercial center of our nation. No citizens were clapping or waving along the roadside. This lack of engagement signifies a profound sense of failure and frustration among the populace regarding the leadership of the acting mission leader in Johnsonville. And of course, they said, I found myself quite perplexed by the situation, and it's evident that something must be addressed that has transpired within our country. Yeah, you're 100% right, my brother. That's why it is. But again, we are getting there. Let them say it and what? Now, what a man looking for bulletproof and what the God it is all over the place because he know he's not safe anymore. Hello, how you doing?
Yeah, Ebi, good evening.
Yeah, let's
let me say good evening to the men and listeners in the broadcast this evening.
Okay.
This is David King, and I do join you from my Sunday resident in Ebi, last night it was terrible. Last evening it was terrible at the airport. Even up to 9 o'clock this morning, because it was still parked. And Oscar, they were still parked there, all right, at the airport. So my question is, where is DeLong? Where is Patrick Honor? Where is Mo Ali? Because in 2022, when similar things like this happened, we heard these guys, these were the moral voices, right? And they pretended as if to see they knew everything. In fact, they don't say these guys were grossly incompetent, and President Weah should dismiss the airport managerial staff. So I am saying, same things are happening. They should also call on Bwaka to dismiss the managerial staff. Okay, all the guys are there in managerial role there. They should be dismissed because for that part. They are selling a few. Maybe I can simply tell you that. They can both go over there, the people sell a few to them overnight, and they bring it to sell. Very instrument, okay, at the junction, some of the few come on the highway along the Boston route, they are selling it. So for some of the things, NEC was the call, okay, but then what happened to the Abraham Mahama generator that Joe Bugger went to receive money at the airport? What happened to it? It is only because they sold a few. So these kind of poor excuses are not something what to say, but we know that the Bugger, so people are coming to power. When that will come to power to uplift any Liberian, but he came to power, so they should be. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello, how you doing? Yeah, hello.
Yeah, I'm Johnny Hackman. I call you from Christopolis, brother.
Yeah, is that Christopolis? Okay.
Huh?
Is that Christopolis? Go ahead.
Eddie, this party has dedicated everything to the campaign to prove that you will never be a good leader.
Mm.
If they make a come out to tell the Liberian people that you are really on loan, I mean, that kind of suggests, I mean, like I was very poor.
Mm-hmm.
If they make a tell the Liberian people that, no, the country, when you're not going to like the country, I mean, that'll be the end of the country. And it's like, I can get jelly, but I think that we physicians, for me, it is not strange to me the way the country is in land. You got to remember, it was you led it, the CPT, and we started breaking down the people. I mean, you're like somebody who doesn't solve problems. You can't take whole country. They may, you got to look at it, you're not able to manage your full life. What is 12 years that it may say? You forget about the 12 years, what 40 years? How can they go broke in that stuff for my man?
You're right.
Then what am I doing here, money? You take whole country to get to the type of man to manage.
And that's why he's instituting all of the self-driven policies instead of people's driven policies, government. Hello, how are you doing?
Hello, Eddie.
Yeah, let's hear from you quickly, please.
Thank you for having me. Eddie, my name is Victor P. Tabo, Commander New Sergeant Play. Okay. I'm following your broadcast around the Triple Bell this afternoon. Eddie, just what you said, some of us who are very closer to judgment, we are in sedition. We have to be very careful when we are going to hospital this day. Because I'm a very self, one of the living testimony when I was sick, I went to Redemption Hospital. Those guys had bed in that place. They demanded my parents to give them money before they could admit me. So what more about some of our brothers and sisters who we come from maybe a very poor background will not be able to afford that money that they would be requesting for. And if you go there, they're going to treat you bad. Our nurses are
that one probably can do it to some people or whatever it is. Yeah, but I don't think it get relation to because they didn't know you. So just know that
you know, AP, sometimes some of the nurses know people in the community and we go, oh, I did 64 days. Because the shame or what the thing was going to happen for them, they are not seeing anything working up. So whenever they see you come from that institution, they may get annoyed. It begins to do something wrong to you. But one thing I have to tell them, you know, my late mother used to tell me, so the shovel that they would use to go at the graveside, that identical shovel coming back home, it will come home to carry another person. So everything we do under this sun, one of these days we all will go and it will be a payday for us. Right. AB, thank you for the show. Thank you for the information.
Right. Thanks,
to Mama Labira. May God continue to bless you and God. Thank you for the show.
Thanks, my brother, for your contribution. I appreciate that. And we are certainly and getting there. And with God, all things are possible. So I like the people business. Hey, you didn't want to put it. It will die in my head. You see, a problem there is I can't be your deal. Goodbye. I'm sorry. No bad day for you. And I say your whole day. No bad day. Hello, how you doing? What do you? Hello, how you doing?
Yeah. Good evening, Avery.
Yeah.
This is Gertrude Chidi Williams. I'm calling from Johnsonville.
Yeah, let's hear from you quickly.
Yeah, Avery. You see, Joseph Boaga has a self-driven politics, and this is a serious thing for him as a political action. A movement that he's driving at has a self-determination and is bad for a country. And now it has reached to the level that the citizens have created a theory of affirmation based on the action that everybody will resist any other action that comes from the court or wherever it comes from. Because we are so tired of what is happening. They feel that there is nothing that to be rescued to give excuses. You don't give excuses on a rescue.
You're right.
a lot is going on. What happened to RRA? If the information is true that the ambassador was there and all other citizens that were on the plane, that's a bad thing that happened to our country, and we not sit down for all to now speak on them. They saw it as a wrong thing, so today they need to fix it. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Gertrude. I appreciate your call, ma'am. Hello, how you doing?
Good evening.
Yeah, how you doing?
Yeah, this is Africa Malo.
My lord, let's listen to you, Chief.
Eddie, those are need to be comparing Joseph Boga with George Weah. The people are to be the talent you made about the same. Well, how you will compare common men and then say of men, you say, former war best, European best. Then they will be wearing cuckoo shoe, cuckoo things in the war before you the presidency. Look, Eddie, let me tell you something. I traveled in 17 countries in Africa, both west and north. But they can make their president, Joseph Boga, with president in the other country. May who was struggling, who were making it, who making it away, parking lot. He never had any food to eat. And he was baking a St. George Weah man. That made they go do a meal with presidency. Look, like blame people. They made the worst mistake ever. And they will regret it. And we will live with it until 2029. We come back. Thank you for putting me the time.
Thanks, boss, for your contribution. Can I go this way or that way? Okay, so let's see. Let's go this way or that way. All right, this one will do. Hello, how you doing?
How you doing?
Yeah.
I'm Toga. I call from Province.
Toga?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's hear from you, Toga.
What I have to say on the program evening is that we should then everything going other way we need ourselves. So let them bear for Joseph for that time the people because we want to see what happens and we think this really will not solve our problem.
Yeah, you're right.
God will pay us and pay it.
You're right. You're right, my brother. Thank you. Thank you. I like that. Thank you. Hello, how you doing? Just bad. Hello, how you doing?
Hello?
Yeah, hello, boss. Go on. Let's listen to you, please. Are you getting me?
Yeah, I'm getting you. This is Edmond Carr. I used to the visually, the visually impaired guy that giving this unprepared president to the fire to deliver. You know, Eddie, you start a very good point and accept of thinking over because when you say you don't know the vision that the president came with, that even you've been making mistake, international community are trying to ask you to do the best. Your citizens are telling you are making mistakes, and yet you continuously do this. I don't know. We don't even know what the vision or what whether the plan are. We don't know what whether he wants to do, whether he has another plan for this country. We don't know. Because for what we can see, every day there's something bad that will happen to the country. Okay? So we don't really know what kind of rescue mission what I came for. When he cannot deliver everywhere in the country, you are not then able to deliver to the citizen. When you look at the country, the hardship has increased in the country. Then every day is a mistake. There's a mistake that will plunge the country into another chaos. You know, and I don't care how much they try to maneuver, how much meeting they want to have, how many call, what kind of call they want to place to the Associate Justice and Supreme Court. Then we believe in them. They will do what the law says, not what he Boga say. But what remains is, whether when they come up with a ruling, whether the executive headed by Boga will respect it, that is left with them. And if they want the peace of this country, at least we are answering for our corporate in peace, we're hoping for our family in peace, we are eating it. The peace of the country is important. That what those that are out as equals are already said, that whatsoever the ruling goes, you should be able to accept it and work with it because this thing we are telling you it's boring, it's killing the country. So there's a need that whatsoever that will come up, then the government accept it and to work with it for peace in this country. We turn the country over, it was peaceful because of the same Liberian people, but we have to allow 17,000 or quote unquote 16,000 to let go the presidency only because he wanted peace. So you took the presidency now, you should make sure that you tread on that path, not to plunge our country back so that we can be able to be in peace. Please, we are asking you to do so. Okay. You broke out of the law. You know. Look at that quickly to conclude. Look at that immoral act. I don't know why are the EPS and the protocol officer, because once you are the president, you detect what go on around the presidency. Go see black guy, a Baptist deacon, the president father of the nation, to see a woman. Then see if on him with a hookah, and then he is laughing at her. That was very, very immoral. And that is uncalled for. So I think I join your case that the Baptist should be able to recall black guy to call. Because
thank you.
He is practicing a moral act now. It will not be dancing in front of him with a hookah and he's laughing. No, that is very much immoral. That's our fault. Thank you.
Thank you. And let me get onto the WhatsApp now. Let's hear from you, ma'am, quickly.
Good morning, Teacher Light. Good morning from Australia, and good morning. How are you, Teacher Light? It's been a while. Yeah, I'm just worried about the nurses in our country, Teacher Light. Very, very worried about their behavior. They went to school. They took oath to look after their citizens, not partisan. Where do people put their duty of care? Why? It's terrible. It's scary. It's dangerous in the community. If you, as a nurse, take your job, your career, and now put it on party line, in this country, you will be gone in a second. And they're killing people. Look at the kind of lives Oniso went through over there. 3 hours sitting in an emergency because that her condition. He should not even have stood outside. The first thing the ambulance will call and say, "We bring in such and so person. His bed is already waiting for him. He get there, carrying him straight to the place he's supposed to be and look after him." But he's 3 hours, they're calling doctors from here and there. Nurses making, negotiation for him to get bed. And he got a bed, they didn't even treat him. They let him die because he was a George Weah supporter. Why they didn't look at him as a citizen of the country? Where is their duty of care to their nurse, to their patient? You left your home, you wore your uniform, you took your oath that you're going to save lives, but you are there killing, you are there neglecting. That's a neglect of patients. These nurses and doctors really need to put in and really look at this. People, they really need to think of what they are doing and forget about the money, forget about the partisan or the party whatsoever, and really take care of patients. It scares us. We don't oversee here. When we are in the nursing field, when we hear this thing, it hurts us. Me?
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Mom.
Yeah. We are in the nursing field. When we see this thing, it scares us. When we see this thing, it scares us. When my people tell me, my family, like, what time is that, hey, him, AB, I can be scared.
You're right, though.
I'm scared. I don't know. I've been telling them which hospital you want to go to, which the clinic you want to go to. Especially when they go in that place, the first thing they do, they hanging drip over you. Which of the drip they hanging over you? Glucose? Their drip got different ones. We got glucose, we got normal fluids, we got potassium, we got calcium, we got sulfur, we got all this one we get there. Which one you hanging over this person? We got Hammonds, all this fluid. Which one you hanging over them? But if you want to hang, it should be a normal fluid. Or if I hang fluid over somebody, you should know that a person is dehydrated before you put fluid on them. But they'll go tell them, they say, let hang the drip. Which drip you hanging? Have you diagnosed a person? Have you done an assessment before hanging fluid over them? They're just killing people in Apple for no reason.
You're right, man.
Someone come with diabetes, that blood sugar going off the roof, they give you glucose. Right there, boom, they kill you. It is scary, very scary. They really need to look at their career and forget about their party line and things.
You're right, man.
It's hurting you. It's scary. Look at how poor why they kill him.
You're right.
The next thing, thank you so much for the show.
All right, thanks, man, for your contribution. Joseph, let's hear from you.
Hey, Brother Envy, I will pray for His grace to surround your person, brother, wherever you go.
Amen. Thank you.
Yeah. Brother, you have said it all. This is Joseph calling from New York.
All right, Joseph.
Into our Liberian, this is the man y'all talk about that will come and rescue the team. But over there in the marketplaces, what can lie to y'all and tell y'all that, your children will be going to school, they will not be in the street selling. Today it's worse. Not even not just selling or to go to school, but today he's beating your children in the street. He don't care. He lied to y'all and told y'all, say, just me, I was wasting money. All that thing, I was wasting money. If I will rob wheelbarrow to go to work to do your work, I will rob wheelbarrow. Today, that one of the wheelbarrow there that he bought, it cost millions of dollars. So tomorrow, he just bought wheelbarrow that cost millions. Tomorrow, when he start buying real luxury car, that one part of the country will be finished. The Washington Mountain will go for one car. That's what he's trying to show you. But this old man just came to lie to the Liberian people. He had lied over and over. Your children there, he said, they will be selling. They will not be selling because the selling thing, they will go to school. They will be making enough money. But today, if police people taking your children their material thing from them, and they're taking their cell phone number and saying, this me in the hotel, I want to have something to do with you before you can get your material. That is what kind of phone in office. But my brother, we just had a bad idea. People will be like the snake. Sometimes the snake is always it swallow itself. Before it got to realize, it will swallow something to certain part, it's before it got to realize that it's swallowing. So we just need to be patient. They will destroy themselves. But God bless you, brother. Take good care.
All right. Thank you for your contribution. Let me get on to we have roughly a limited time here. And what are you doing? Fine, boss. Go on. Let's listen to you, please.
Yeah, Grace William Carr calling from Ominga, Pinsville State.
All right, Mr. Carr. Let's listen to you, please, quickly.
Thank you so much for the teaching again tonight, AB. Yeah, for the incident yesterday, myself, I was right to 72nd Junction, AB. I came from our service and I was coming home to Ominga. I left Ominga red light. Obviously, when George we are, usually when George we are convoy is coming, you can see people in red light jubilating. But yesterday, AB, the whole of 72nd Junction, everybody was quiet. Yeah, everybody was quiet. I was just thinking, but what going on? The whole place, they just pass by themselves, and at the end of the day, everybody just go on the road and went by themselves. I say, wow, something very going on. Yeah, so I was right there yesterday, right to 72nd Junction yesterday. Thank you so much for the teaching tonight.
Okay.
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you for your contribution. We appreciate it. How are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to be on the show.
But Chief, you calling? I just okay you. Then you say you want to be. Go on.
Yeah, how are you?
Fine. Go on. Let's listen to you, please.
Yeah, I'm Milton Smoke from Grand Bassa, electoral district number 4.
Okay, let's hear from you, bro.
Yeah. No, we just have to pray for each other, but the level in which our leaders are leading this country, we cannot comprehend it.
Well, district number 4, what are you going through down there? You're not feeling a pain, Joe. Hello? Hello, boss. District number 4, I think a little bit oral. I think it should be a little bit oral for you. I don't know. You going off? Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah,
This is Ishmael.
Yeah, Ishmael.
The student that is auditing. Yeah, maybe you know the old
too long.
Yeah, on vacation, so I will be in class. And maybe the old form of godness was not about development.
Mm-hmm.
It was about paying your friends big salary and enjoying yourself.
You're right. That
was what the old form of godness was. It was no policy put in place. Can you imagine Tottenham going to take a loan to build a mansion at that time for $9 million? What will it benefit? Mm-hmm. What revenue will it bring in? Can you imagine 1979 and Torbert? They spent over $200 million for a weekend program, the OAU.
Mm-hmm.
what benefit did it bring to the country? At that time, we could pave our road from Kipamos to Monrovia, from Banga to Lopa. But just self-driven politics. Joseph Boakai is from the old school. You don't expect anything from him. You see, like George Weah, he had a young boy who had come from school, and they were using their education, putting policy in place. Putting policy in place.
Mm-hmm.
Like the free education for colleges and electricity and infrastructure. Those are policies you put in place that will bring in revenues. You see? But our own governance system do not call for that.
No.
I'm proud of my man. Just keep teaching, but I get a case against you. My wife has become a big politician in my house.
Why?
Because she been auditing for so many. Oh, she been auditing for so many years. She can beat me to the issue now. Yeah, she beat me to the issue. I said, what? Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you. So I got a case against you.
Okay, no problem. What's up now? Hello, how you doing? Ladies. Hello, how you doing, Vicone? Hey, my own ever put that. Even J. Vincent says here to just knowledge. If your whole body is sick and your hair is still strong, are you okay? No. You see what? Which one? What kind of question did we do? What kind of question? We get to something. Anyway, I will try to pick you, and then we'll see where we can get with this. Time is I spend and where we are, and we are grateful to the Almighty God for everything, anything, and we're going to do our best for our country. So let me try to pick the last call, and we'll be out. Hello, how are you doing? Hello. Yeah, go ahead, Amy Connor. Oh, you break off, Chief. Sorry. Where do I turn? Yes, I should be rushing now. With God, like we said, all things are possible, and we'll certainly get there, no matter what the circumstances are. We will get there, whether you like it or not. Yeah, we will get there, whether you like it or not. Okay, so this is where we are, and it is good for us, and we will. Let me see. Hello, how are you doing?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Let's listen to you, boss.
Yeah, I'm Pastor Emmanuel Cooper.
Okay, man of God, let's hear from you, please.
Yeah, thank you for your fascinating topics.
Okay.
My attention has been drawn to the government, most especially with the president, as a statesman and as an elderly man. Moreover, a Baptist speaker who have told this country on the audio that he will rapidly borrow to go to the mansion to work. Today, he is struggling economy where the Liberians majority cannot afford 3 square meals a day. And they are bought for themselves, as you said rightly, for their personal aggrandizement. $1 million worth of vehicle, luxurious vehicle for that matter, customized, Lexus 600, anti-ballistic missile proof. It's so disheartening for me as a citizen who have been around for a long time through the grace of God to see that an insensitive president who have claimed to be, like you said, a personnel, but does not have the personality in him to deliver on your campaign messages. Rescue. You know what it means to rescue? And today you are worse and far from being rescued. It's an embarrassment, a disgrace to people who are the evilies in this country.
You're right.
So in my mind, I believe strongly that Liberia by the grace of God, should not make such a mistake anymore to elect any individual with about 60 plus years, because they are the old faction, old era people who don't believe into industrialization of this country, but they believe in their personal interest and their aggrandizement, which have brought poverty on the African people. Honestly speaking, I witnessed the Toba regime, I witnessed the Doe regime, I witnessed the Ellen Johnson. They are people of bunch of deception, deceptive people. They are now honest, they are dishonest before God. And if you are old and you cannot leave a legacy according to the Bible, Proverbs 13:22, a good father leave an inheritance for his children. What is the inheritance that Joseph will leave for the next generation? That is my problem tonight. No legacy for the next generation. It's so sad that the youth in their ignorance and stupidity was jumping up their bullfrog from their holes to celebrate such an old age man who does not have a vision, not an intention better for a better Liberia. And you're taking our people to go to Rwanda for scholarship. And you fought 1990, Rwanda 1992, and they are far ahead of development. And you today, you are a slave,
man of God,
to your own purpose. Thank you, brother. God bless you.
Thank you so much, man of God. And so with that, we go home. So, folks, that's all the time we have tonight on this very day, and we are grateful. But again, hello.
Hey, Abby.
Yeah.
How are you, my dear brother?
Yeah,
I don't want to take you home today. Abby, I will enjoy the man of God. They are not preaching. I will enjoy the man of God preaching. Yeah. No, but Abby, let me first of all say have my sympathy to Zorizo family and the CDC, the coalitions, as one of our Fort Sawyer has passed and Zorizo fought. But the side part, Abby, when you came with the information about GFK, I thought GFK right now were going to be better from where we left it, because they criticize us that everyday patients go there and those guys will be on the Facebook that no bed today. And like you rector said, people just got to be careful. And those are that on the phone calling every day and criticizing them. And I don't think GFK will be much better, because like the pastor said, those are guys are old school. You don't care. Look at the normal advisor. The men that get 42 years experience in government. Look at the normal advisor that are running than the men that just served in government for 3 years that came to power, begin the presidency. How many advisors that were around here? But look at the country. It's about 14 to 15 months, AB. Look at the country. Tell me about the country you're there.
You're right.
Tell me how the country's moving. Yesterday, Corinne went at the RI. It was an issue. Today, yesterday, Corinne went again. It's not issue. Oh, it was just a mistake. When the car Benet came up, why your brother posted it was Sabino. Patriots, a video he posted Delon. Because he tired. Because Delon cannot go on OKFN and apologize to the former president, to President Weah, and then come back in and apologize to President Weah about lost real cars. So the old man just came and enjoy his retirement. That's all. Nothing will happen in that country. All the people hustle. You know about it? Never broke people hustle then on Broad Street, Front Street. They say, oh, they're going to build the alley. Did they ever build the alley? No, they were not. Because they put in the money in the pocket. Look at $40 million in the budget for cars, maintenance, scratch car, gasoline. So I don't think GFK will be better than any other time. All that campaign, they just lie. They just lie. They are all liars. They just lie. But it was good for them that the ambassador was there. It was good for them. So AB, I don't think it will be much better. I think it will be worse. And the last quarter that said,
thank you.
How can president be passing that nobody is standing on the clap for the president? Because he said about it was all lie. Nobody will be taken for the street. Thank you, AB.
Thanks, boss, for your contribution. All right, so the reason Boga passing and nobody clapping because all the people they are very busy. Boga now everybody get job now. During those days, that jobless people used to be clapping for when he passing because they didn't get no job doing. So there were less basic people. Less basic people used to be clapping for when he passes. I think Boga won't buy that. Everybody busy now. Folks, that's all the time we've got tonight. This is Liberia for all of us. And like most of you said, we can bear all the patience we can and we'll do our part. But the government itself should not lead this country into something else. Well, at least we are trying our best and doing everything we can. Thanks so much to all of you. Until we are back here, God willing, tomorrow. So have a pleasant night. Bye-bye.